Hello everyone, Pierce Nation here. Welcome back to the Altergeist video deck profile something. This will be a little more better than the last one I've done. And I've got a few more cards, and I can show you the combos on how this deck actually runs. So, without further ado, allow me to get started. First of all, we're going to run 3 copies of Altergeist Multi-Figure. Multi-Figure is your ultimate extender in this deck. Gonna run 3 Mill Seek. I didn't really explain Multi-Figure. Excuse me. Multi-Figure can be special summoned when a trap is activated, or if you special summon him by any other way, he can special summon another Altergeist monster straight from deck. Mill Seek. You basically want to try to normal summon this card. You can special summon it, but I just send it to grave most of the time because it'll add a Altergeist monster to hand, which most of the time is Multi-Figure. So that's what I use that for. I run 2 Altergeist Marionetter. Marionetter set straight from deck, and also can target itself or an Altergeist monster on the field and bring your Link Altergeist back on. So she can go down with her own effect, which is very good. You run 2 Altergeist Siliquettos. Siliquettos' main thing is flipping monsters or cards back to hand. And then, if sent to grave, adds an Altergeist trap back to hand. So he's good for recycling. And I run 2 Altergeist Kukri. Kukri is very good for a lot of reasons. One, you could link it. If you're going to link an Altergeist monster from hand, you can use this card as material from your hand. That can only be done once per turn, and then if it is linked off with a link monster once per duel, you can add it straight back to hand, which is very good there. And I run 1 Altergeist Kangiri. You don't really want this card in your hand a whole lot, but sometimes it does count, because as long as you have an Altergeist monster on the field or Altergeist card, you can special summon this card. So even if you have just a trap, you can special summon it, negate that attack, and then you can negate the effects of a monster that's already on board. So that's all for the Altergeist monsters in the main deck. Now we're going to start with Effect Veiler in a 2 package. Effect Veiler is very good. Again, you've already got all these Altergeists going off, disrupting everything. Effect Veiler will slow them down even more, and there's a lot of cards in this deck that will slow your opponent down dramatically. We run 2 Artifact of Lancia. Specifically in case if we face somebody who banishes like your Phantom Knights, constantly banishing traps, or you face like a Grin Manju sort of build where they're consistently banishing everything with Gizmek and all that, you can stop them with Artifact of Lancia, which is very good. Just for extra protection for those nice combo decks, we're running one Nibiru. I'm not going to throw another one in here. I feel like the 1 is enough if it happens, because of all the disruptions in this deck. Normally it's towards the end game is when they start comboing, and by that time I've pretty much got Nibiru, or I've got a lot of other ways to stop them. And then I run 1 Kaiju. Kaiju is just for like a Dragoon that I just can't get rid of, and then I'll pop it with Mill Seek by hitting directly. That's also an effect of Mill Seek I forgot to mention. Okay, so that's all for the monsters in this deck. I've only run 2 spells. I run 1 Pot of Extravagance. Pot of Extravagance is a very good card for me, and I do not regret running this thing one bit. Really helps get rid of the extra deck monsters I don't need and keep the ones that I do. We're going to Call by the Grave. Of course, we don't have Imperial Order anymore, so we can run this. Don't see a reason why not. It doesn't really hurt to run that, especially against hand traps. And that's all for the spells. As now we're getting into the traps, and this thing is trap heavy. Around 3 Altergeist Protocol. Now the reason that we use Protocol is the activation and effects of Altergeist cards cannot be negated by anything. So anytime we activate an effect and this is on, we will not be getting hand trapped because that's not going to happen. Also, when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can send one Altergeist card that is face up on the field to the grave, and if you do, you destroy it and negate the activation, which is very good, especially against Drytron decks. Now we're going to run 3 Altergeist Manifestation. Manifestation has needy effects. Number 1, it special summons 1 Altergeist from grave, which is one of the biggest effects, and equips to that card. Then, if this card is in the graveyard, you can banish this card and add 1 Altergeist trap to hand. Very good. You can activate that once per turn as well. I think every card is almost once per turn. We're going to run 2 Immolata Leaf. Immolata Leaf is very good because now our Altergeist continuous traps cannot be popped while this card is on the field. And this card is searchable because it is an Altergeist card and becomes an effect monster. So very neat there. I feel like that's better than Lord of the Heavenly Prison because I feel like it would just get popped a lot and I can't search that at all. And I run 1 Haunted Rock. Haunted Rock, you basically send 1 Altergeist from hand to activate it, and then you can send another Altergeist card to start negating your opponent's trap cards, whether it be Amazements, Phantom Knights, Eldritch, Blue Eyes, Dark Magician, whatever it may be. That's a good card for you to have. And you can recycle it with, unless if it gets banished, which at that point in time it's not really worth fighting for because you've got a lot of options in this deck. So we're going to run 3 personal spoofings, if I can hit my right zones here. Your spoofing, this card is not searchable, you have to draw into it. Basically it just shuffles 1 Altergeist card face up on the field or in your hand into the deck, and if you do, you add 1 Altergeist monster to hand, which is very good because as you'll see my combos going, you will see how quickly that'll work if I can get them. I ran 3 Solemn Strike. I didn't have these on the first deck profile. Solemn Strike is basically your all-in-all negate. There is something that you just can't negate, and you probably should. I run Solemn Strike for that reason. Solemn Strike is a great card. I run 3 Infinite Permanents. You run a Trap Heavy, you might as well run Impervs. Then come straight from the hand too. Very good cards. Everybody knows what they do. And for the last card I have in the deck, Crackdown. Crackdown is good for stealing a monster, linking it off. And that is all the cards I run in this Altergeist deck. I will have to make sure that those are shuffled in a minute. Start off with the Altergeist extra deck. We're going to start with Link Kariba, Salamander Great Almora, and Relinquished Anima. These are all cards that you can use, and if you don't use them, they're great targets for Pot of Extravagance if you get to it. I try not to use these if I don't have to, but if I do, then I deal with it as needed. Next 3. These are all still Pot of Extravagance targets. Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, and Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess. Now, Sometimes I'll just throw out the 3 and draw 1 card, but most of the time I get rid of all 6 of these, just so that I don't have to deal with my opponent's card effects. But Appaloosa would be one that, you know, I don't really want to throw it, but if I have to, I will. We're going to run 1 synchro just for the fact of just getting it out there. Drag Viren. If we get into it with Effect Veiler and Kangiri, we'll do it, but if not, I don't really care. It's not really that important. If you run Altergeist, you gotta have these 3 Altergeist Hexia. That's a must. You can't run any less than that. Hexia is literally your setup plays. Like, you have to have Hexia. And I run 2 copies of each. I run 2 Prime Banshee. Prime Banshee targets 1 in the grave. I don't really use its other effect because it's not that useful. I run 2 Memory Gant. I mean, I'm sure at times I could use Prime Banshee for that, but most of the time I just use it to keep climbing. So Memory Gant, what's so good about this card, why I'm running it at 2, is you could have 2 monsters on the field that are constantly powering themselves up, and then tribute 1 for the other, and have like somewhere around 20 to 30,000 attack. That's pretty dramatic for that, and these guys are ridiculous because if they are destroyed, I can banish 1 monster from my graveyard, and these guys are safe. So very good there. Now with that, that is all for my deck profile on the actual Altergeist cards. Now, give me a minute. I'll mirror this thing like I normally do, and I will show you guys the deck combos. Be right back. Alright, I am back. Deck should be somewhat shuffled. Actually, I didn't go through it to see if cards are stuck together, so if they are, I'll have to reshuffle real quick. But let's see what we got here. Okay, yep, it's shuffled. Alright. Now, with Altergeist, unlike other decks you probably played, you want to go first. This is a first deck. Trap decks must go first. They go second, they're okay, but you want them to go first. So we're going to set our protocol. We're going to set our strike. And what we're going to do is we're going to normal summon Mill You Seek. And we're going to go ahead and use Pukri in hand to get into Hextia. We're going to act like this is the link zone for Hextia. So I'll put it like right there. If I have to, I'll back things up. I don't really have enough room to be doing all this, but I'm going to do it anyway. So on this, Mill You Seek will hit the grave. Mill You Seek's effect will activate to add a card from the deck, and Pukri, since it was linked off, once per duel, will come back to hand. It's very good there, because we're still not missing anything. This just sets up your next turn play. Now with Mill You Seek, the 1 card you're looking to grab, and it is going to be Multifaker. You need Multifaker. To disrupt your opponent, you need Multifaker, because they're not going to be able to negate anything. Then with Multifaker, you're going to want to grab, I would grab Mill You Seek on the next turn. So now we have Multifaker. So with that, we can go ahead and pass turn. Go to our opponent's turn. Artifact Lancia is just for banishing, but for now we'll go ahead and say our opponent's going to banish. Send it to the graveyard so nothing gets banished. And we'll activate Protocol. And as soon as we activate Protocol, it's going to be a Chain Link, and Multifaker is special summoned. And when Multifaker is special summoned, again, we don't have really any traps in the grave. So I want to grab Mill You Seek. depending on our next play is where we go from there. Because during end phase, I'm going to assume Magic Seek got destroyed due to our protocol. Because more than likely your opponent's going to try to do something. So we're going to grab Marionetter. I'm not going to shuffle those right now. So now I've got 2 Magic Seeks in grave. Flows over our turn. We're going to draw a turn. I pulled into another Procure. So from here, I'm going to normal summon Marionetter. Marionetter will set a Altergeist trap straight from the deck. We want Immolatoline. Okay. Now, I'm going to normal. See, I can't. I already normaled. Fuck. Damn. And for now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make a power move. Now, none of these have graveyard effects except for Hextia. So now I've got a memory gain out. Now Hextia will add a Altergeist card from deck to hand. And you're going to grab him again. This combo is going to keep on going. Now that's card. You don't have to grab a monster. I grab the monster because I know what I'm doing. I've played this deck long enough, I know what I'm doing. Go ahead and pass your turn, because you don't really have anything else that you can really do. Gonna activate Immolatoline, defense mode. Now, Multi-Faker is gonna activate. Can Liquid us, just in case if they hit that trap. We will definitely be editing that back. Go ahead and shuffle this just a little bit. Okay. So now at this point, we're going to guarantee that we bust this due to protocol, and that we bust this due to a costly risk, putting us to 6,500. Because that's about how this deck will run. You won't break through it very often. Let's see. Yeah, Faker is special summon. I don't know. Well, yeah. It's already happened. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Okay. So at any time we could put him to 4,000 or 4,200. But I'm going to assume that my opponent is not dumb and knows what this card does. So with that, I'm just going to draw for turn. I will reset that. Now, what I will do, because I actually misplayed, I think. I didn't misplay. I'm just an idiot. Actually, yeah. Okay. Got strike set. So what we can do is we're going to tribute this. Put the attack to 43 on Memory Gant. Effective Hextia. Set Manifestation. Main phase 2. Main phase 2 is very important in trap decks. Do not take advantage of it. Do not not take advantage, but misplay the trap decks, because the trap decks are very, very important, and you have to do every play accordingly, and you have to know every single play that's going off. So with that, you in turn, and we're going to activate Manifestation. We're actually going to get Hextia back. Is that the Windows one? I think so. Yeah. Actually, no. No. It's a bad idea. We actually want Multi-Figure. So Multi-Figure is supposed to summon his effect will activate. I'm trying to think how the fuck to do this. I'm not even joking on that either. I played this deck probably 1,000 times and I do not remember what I'm trying to do here. I'd say get the last mill you seek. Because we're gonna hit double. I'm gonna drop myself down to about, so yeah, I was at what, 65, so I'll be right at 5. And then send the mill you seek, add a card to hand. Marinator. It's a smart idea for the last combo we're gonna do. Just trust me. So now that we are here, we will go to the end phase. Draw for turn. Now this is a late game combo like I told you about. So what we're going to do here is normal summon Marinator. Get the search for an Altergeist trap. Yeah, Manifestation is going to be our way to go if we're not playing trap decks ourselves, which I played some with this deck. And this deck is extremely powerful. So from what we can do here, because we are not done. Actually, I can send in Melatoline, which will leave my traps wide open. Which it'll be fine. Basically, you won at this point in the game. Put that right below Hextia. Actually, no, set this right here beside Multi-Figure. That way it's at 2,700. And then I can link these two off into another Hextia, putting one at 3,000, which is great. And now we've got two targets. Get rid of one this turn. Down to 15. Add an Altergeist card to hand. Multi-Figure. At this point, you've almost went through the entire deck. I will give you the last turn rendition of this. Just go ahead and activate Manifestation, bringing that back. Summoning Multi-Figure. Silquettos. Activate Silquettos, sending a Multi-Figure back to hand, destroying that with Protocol. And adding Emma back to hand. Popping a trap. Pop number 2. Let's see. And then that's pretty much it. That's all in all how this trap deck works. I'll give you guys one more combo rendition. So basically with Altergeist, you're basically just setting up the same combo over and over and over again. I've messed around with it to see how fast I can get it. I've gotten it pretty quick. See, extravagance is on the bottom. That's great. That'll really help me. You see, I didn't go to any prime banshees. I don't know. I just don't ever get into them. I have those sometimes, but man, I really just don't get into them. Yes, I'm sure you've noticed by now my Battle of Chaos mat, from where I went to the event and won the mat. So yes, this is my Battle of Chaos mat that I've got laid out. It's actually a really big mat, so I can only lay out like half of it. Especially with this desk the way it is. Yeah, I'm just shuffling up my deck and we'll give it one more try. I know I was gonna say I was gonna do like 3 turns, but I was having fun playing my own deck, so let me give it one more shuffle and then we'll get going. Alright, that's good. Again, layout 5, because we always want to go first. Altergeist is a disruptor. You ain't gonna be doing good if you ain't disrupting stuff. So, first hand looks like this. That is 3 hand traps. So you set 1, set 2, normal summon Siliquettos. Siliquettos is just a decoy. Actually, set him please. You in turn. First effect that goes off, hit it with Imper. So I can hit the whole combo. Now on that, the modifier comes out. Modifier can be negated at this point, but if they do, we've got other cards for that. At the current stand in time, and we're going to special summon Meluseek. That way we can get Marinator and we can set up protocol. Protocol is your go-to every time. You have to establish protocol. Let's say it gets destroyed. Now activate permanence. For the second time. Ending turn. Join for turn. Actually, I drew in the Marinator. What do you think of that? So I go ahead and activate Marinator then. Marinator pulls protocol and sets it. You guys are gonna like what this deck's about to do. So what we can do, let's go ahead and link 2 with Multi-Faker. Next he is there. Meluseek goes off. And we will add another Multi-Faker. Yeah. This does not get any easier, unfortunately. So then basically what we can do is target Marinator, send her to grave, and someone's effect didn't go off this turn. Multi-Faker. Multi-Faker is going to get Siliquettos, just in case. And the reason we do that is for protocol. You can actually sit and decoy this, because this is alright. You've negated enough, your opponent really doesn't have anything they're going to be doing. So, because protocol just doesn't negate, it destroys as well, which makes it even more better for the cost that you pay, but you're not really paying a cost. So in turn, activate protocol, another multifaker, and this multifaker brings up metal you seek. See, because you have to have an attack strategy. So I've established 2 multifakers at the same time. The card I'm going to send to grave is going to be metal you seek. Add a card to hand, and it's going to be Marinator. You've already activated multifaker for the turn, unless if you're setting up the next turn and trying to pop it off, I wouldn't do it. So that's pretty good. Going to assume we'll lose a multifaker in the process, which is fine. Do the protocol. Go ahead and we'll use effect veiler for a double negate. At this point, your opponent shouldn't have a damn thing. They in turn, draw for turn. We're doing crackdown, but we're going to normal summon Marinator first. And we are going to get where did that go? Don't need that. Immoladeline. As soon as possible, we'll go ahead and set crackdown. It's very important to get your protocol and your Immoladeline established, because you can use them. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go into Hextia. Yeah. No. I can't have 2 of those going off at the same time. Just go straight memory gate with it. Great as well. That cookery. Alright. Actually, no. No, I'm an idiot. We send Hextia, it's gonna add an Altergeist card. Manifestation. The more times you can get Hextia on when you got Memorgant, better off your success is gonna be. Set in turn, we have no hand, but however, unfortunately, manifestation. So stick it right there. Actually, we'll have a manifesto, stick it there. Away it gains 3100, and I can bounce it off and take him up to 59 on the end phase, and then add a card. So basically, we're going to activate Immoladeline, and our opponent will have nothing because I'm literally going to take it with Crackdown. So this magical sleeve is a monster we took. We'll attach that to that. And that's pretty much it. One turn, we'll draw for turn. We'll set another manifestation. And what we will begin to do trying to think how I want to do this. I could use that monster, but that would be costly. Excellent. do I have here? Devastation. We're actually going to go into it because this right here is actually a perfect scenario for it. 2 and then 3 with the marionetta. Because you can use the trap as well. And then we can go Prime Banshee. Prime Banshee targets 1 card in the graveyard, adds it back to hand. Multi-faker. If you activated a trap, except during damage step, which we're not in, special summon Multi-faker. Multi-faker gets Mel You Seek. And so I'm an idiot. I pop all the effects wrong. Hang on. Go back in. You go back to grave. I've done that wrong. Mel You Seek and XT was the only one's going off, right? Excellent. I don't know if I had an effect that went off. As I said, yeah, no, there are no effects. What you get for being an idiot? Let me shuffle this real quick. Yep, that was my bad on that one. I messed that up. Oops. Meant to use XT on one of the other ones. And then use it and jump into a second memory again. But it'd be alright. Crackdown goes. 2 of that set. We have that. So it sucks about putting them under each other, because they have to be in certain zones. They're normally here, but where I'm playing to the outside. Can't really get to it, but that's fine. Turn to your opponent's turn. Activate Manifestation. Now, we are going to use Multi-faker. The only one you have left is Mel You Seek. And basically, you're going to pop Mel You Seek, do the protocol. And for this turn, we're going to add Kangiri. Kangiri, the reason that we go to it is now you're not getting through. In case you have a monster that's going to hit directly, which I don't think you do because I've negated just about everything with protocol. That stays. This goes. And now, at this point in the stage, there's nothing you can do. Folds my turn. I draw off a turn. Artifact lands out. Instead, I'm going to banish 1 manifestation. And then I'm going to let it leave. I'm going to set it. Now, from here, we're going to go into link 4. Mergant. So go ahead and pop this on battle phase. Sending Manifestation Grave. Going up to 4,300. Let's see, I banished 1, didn't I? Yeah, because I had an Immolata Leaf. Go ahead and end turn. Activate Immolata Leaf. Comes there. Negative swing for battle phase. Number 1, I'm going to special summon Kangiri to negate the attack. Number 2, I'm going to tribute this Mergant to power up that Mergant. So that Mergant is now at right about at 71, yeah. And force my opponent to end turn. Draw for the final turn. Send Lancia so we don't have anything stupid going off. Let's see. I misplayed. I didn't activate Prime Banshee's effect to add. Oops. It'd be fine, I'll get it here. So, one step at a time. One step at a time. So we go Hextia. Now we're gonna send it to the graveyard. And we're gonna add an Altergeist card. We're gonna add a manifestation. Does any other one have an effect? Was that it? Yeah, that's it. Just add the Altergeist card. In turn, basically at this point you're too powerful to be able to be shot over. And basically, you're not actually going to keep powering it up that way. You're going to go multi-vigor. And I think there should be one more Pookery in this deck somewhere. Yep, there it is. Make sure they're in defense mode. You don't want to take a dumb hit this late in the game. Negate that. In turn, draw. I told you I never pull in this briefing. I run it in a 3 and I never run it. Never run into this thing. I don't know why. But yeah, that's the deck profile. That is Altergeist. And that's how they run. I really hope you guys enjoyed this little deck profile tutorial on how to actually use and run Altergeist to the best of your ability. Could add some more cards like Ash or Jewel Knock, but I think it's fine the way it is with the strikes. The deck is very consistent. Hardly ever does it break. It does at times, but it's got enough traps that kind of keep my opponent slowed down enough for me to be able to kind of jump back into the swing of things. I threw some strikes were in a row. What the hell? Shuffled everything but the strikes. How apparent. Yeah, Altergeist is one of my best decks that I have. Blue Eyes will be my best deck once I get all my Battle Chaos support. I do have a few of them. I have one of the most expensive Blue Eyes cards, and being Jet Dragon, but I need to get all the other ones before I make the deck profile on that. So again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'm Pierce Nation, and I will see you tomorrow in the next video. Pierce Nation out.